So for, let's just say like a 18-year-old or anybody that's learning to play bass, and maybe they're just musically inclined. They're not a professional. Mm-hmm. They're not getting gigs yet, but they're just they got the itch and they're like learning bass.
Dreaming about it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
What would you say to them to start learning now, or how would you prioritize learning? Or another way to think about it is, if you were to go back and learn bass from what you know now, what would you prioritize learning? How would you start?
Are you asking like chops, like literally learning bass, or like advice moving to Nashville?
I would say learning bass first. Yeah. Yeah.
I would have to combine those two.
Okay.
Because that's what he's wanting to do. He's wanting to get good enough or whoever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting good enough here where they can get into the pool, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what not to do. And this is going to sound like old guy, you kids get off my lawn kind of thing. But everybody's learning by watching now. That's a huge detriment to being a great player, because they're watching YouTube videos. They're seeing how they're doing it. When I was learning, it was literally putting a needle on a record, and I'm figuring it out. And my way of playing it might be different than how he's actually playing it, but I don't know that.
Right.
So it's helping me develop my own way of getting there.
So don't watch.
Don't watch. I mean, it's fine, it's fine.
Or at least spend some time.
Yeah,
do both.
Use your ear. Don't use your eyes to develop your sound, you know. And I'll tell you what I told him. I sat him down at a table and I said, listen, man, because of your age, and I got to keep going back to he's 17 freaking years old, right? He's got the advantage of time.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So I said, here's what, and I'd still do this to this day. I will pick a bass player, whoever it is, if I have a day off, which is pretty rare. Sometimes I'll do it early in the morning before I leave. I'll do a deep dive on a bass player and be like, okay, today it's Chuck Rainey. What did Chuck play on? Pull up 5 songs and just listen to what he's doing and try to incorporate that into what I do that day. Like, is this going to open up a new whatever in your brain, where you go a new place? And again, it's like that first of the year thing where I go, I'm not doing that anymore. This thing I do every day, I'm putting that on the back burner. What can I do that Chuck did, or my version of what Chuck did, and pull that into the fold for 26? And I might pick 6 bass players and do that, and that's what I told him. I said, because you have this gift of time, and I mean, watch time. Go through the eras, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Pick 3 bass players from each era, right? Deep dive them. Because that is going to dig your well immediately without having to do much work. Really. Pick those bass players and from each era. And I said, I'm not going to tell you who. You pick them. You find out what you like. And that's what's going to develop your sound. You're throwing all those guys into a blender and drinking it. It's like, and then it's coming out in you. That's how you dig your well, right?
That's great advice.
And that can work for writers, guitar players, photographers. It doesn't matter,
I've done that with singing. That's my fun. That's the fun thing for me.
Yeah.
I dig into that, man.
Dude, it's vital.
Yeah.
To dig your well super deep.
Yeah. And that's when I feel like I'm most creative, is when Hill and I talked about this on our last episode, just finding your inspiration and don't just stick with 1 or 2, like find a lot of them, like quote unquote hide your sources.
Yeah.
But
I like that.
I think that's when I find my most creativity, whether it's studying a voice or reading lyrics or whatever it is. Like, man, that's it. Or reading a book, that's when I feel most creative. It's not like I'm going to do nothing and something's going to hit me. For me, I like input. I like some kind of input.
Totally.
Even though there's a lot of input these days, a lot of noise.
Totally. Some good.
Yeah.
Some not so good.
Yeah.
Right.